Good afternoon. Welcome to the Virtual Lab webinar where we're focusing on the release of our brand new product, Virtuworx. Very excited before I introduce the guests. Standard rules apply. We're going to try and keep this to 30 minutes, so it's in your lunch break. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and hopefully very soon LinkedIn, but not today. Please like and share, add some comments. We're open to questions. Start firing them as you go, particularly for our guests for the show today. Again, my name is Dave Cummins. I'll hand over to the guest to introduce himself. Felix, why don't you go first?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dave. And Tam, always good to see you, and obviously very excited to come online with the both of you. So Felix here from Singapore, and we run Get Out events based out of Asia. We do a lot of corporate events. We've been doing this since 2012, and we've run over 2,000 events. Extremely excited to be presenting together with the both of you what we're going to show to the world today. Tam.
Hi, Tamlynne Wilton-Gurney, just Tam for short. I run a company called idna. We're a strategic events management company based in South Africa, executing events all over Africa. So it's really good to see you guys. I'm sure we're going to have some fun. Yeah, it's nice to see how many guests have we got on at the moment?
I think we've got 25, so we're going well with our numbers. So what is Virtuworx? I guess virtual avatar-based platform focusing on three key verticals: remote work, education, and events. And we're going to break those down as we go through the platform. First, a big thank you for both of you to join us. Partners, our first partners for the product. And again, excited to have you guys with us. Thanks for being patient. This was the brainchild of our CTO, Wayne Stridham, almost 6 months ago at the start of COVID, and we're now in a place where we're releasing it. So it's, again, great times. Excited to be talking about it. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring up Virtuworx in the background. If I do that now. And Tam, I know you present far better than I, so I know you're going to do some of the talking through of the product. And I think as we go, we're just going to pick out some of the key points and start debating them. So Tam, over to you.
Okay, so guys, this magical platform is going to blow your mind, if I do say so myself. So just log in. I'm going to just talk through what happens once we're in here. Guys, once you're in the platform, you'll be able to create your own avatar. So you can literally customize it to look like you. You can change your clothes. You can add some glasses. You can fix your ears. You can make your ears bigger, smaller. Give yourself pouty lips for the ladies that have always wanted to do that. So you can really make yourself look any way you want to in this specific platform. You can maybe just put some decent clothes on. It's a guy. You gave me a guy to dress. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. Let's leave him like that, and let's go into the platform. So he's dressed well. He's got some style. Okay. So once you enter Virtuworx, guys, everything here is customizable. And that, I think, is the great part about the platform, is that once you've popped into this environment, you're able to have pop-up videos. You can scan your own environments into the platform so that it literally you can either use the existing platform or have your own venues loaded. So this is great for venues who are wanting to create digital twins of their spaces into the environment. You'll see there are ushers all over the platform. So you can see there's Luke. He's chatting to us. We're going to ask him some questions. He's saying, please step into the portal to access the main hub, or you can go to the tutorial and learn how the platform works. So we're going to walk into the portal. As you can see here, there's a variety of different venues we've got here. And again, this can be customized depending on your event. This could be session names, this could be venue names. There's so many different things that you can do, but we're going to leave it as it is now. We're going through to the Courtyard. And I think what's exciting here is, and I mean, this will be a lot fuller for larger events, but as you can see, there are a lot of people sitting, chatting, and as you walk up to them, your avatar will be able to speak to the other avatars. So it's not about texting and chatting to somebody, but you can literally speak avatar to avatar, and that's what's so cool about this. So those water cooler moments that you have in the real live events, those have been captured in this platform. All right. So just
yeah, and I think while waiting for some of the other functions as well, Tam, I think the key bit that you mentioned at the start is this is customizable. So this is our environment that we've created as a free environment for people to roam around. But whether you want to replicate your office or indeed have the surface of the moon and have some capsules, anything is doable in the platform.
If it's scannable, can go into the platform. So if we need to send someone to the moon, we can do that too. You'll see in these environments, the bottom, you'll see there's like a turquoise block. Those are private networking zones. So if you go into that zone, no one else will be able to hear you and someone else talking. As in real life, the closer you get to somebody, the louder they become. And as you walk away, the softer they become. So even that component of real life has been replicated into this environment. Okay. So bottom left, you'll see there's some controls. You'll see there are teleport options, which will bring up different options that you can go to. So if, for example, we want to send, as an event organizer, you want to send a punt to say, guys, the plenary is about to begin in the main auditorium. Please teleport there now. Delegates can literally click onto these environments and teleport to one of the venues, or they can walk to one of the venues. As you can see in the courtyard, there are a lot of names on the venues, and you can walk straight there if you're close enough, or if you're feeling adventurous. You can run there too. So maybe, Wayne, you want to make your avatar run? There we go. See, so some people, this will be the only exercise they ever get, and it counts. Sorry, Dave, I know you're supposed to be the funny one. Okay, so you can also look and see who of your friends are online. And this is the really cool thing, because with your 2D platforms, a lot of the time you can't really talk to people. You've got your phone, you're WhatsApping, people can say, how boring is this event? Or, oh my God, did you see that guy? He picked his nose. Like, none of that really matters, because what you can do here is you can just look for your friend, type them a message and say, hey, where are you? And you can join them. So if I'm specifically looking, so you'll see Wayne's typing up a message now. And he's going to talk to one of his friends and he's going to join them. So again, you can go and find those people that you're wanting to network with, and you can join them on the platform. So you can load who your friends are. Okay, so we go into one of the other environments. Okay, so my favorite, I can't say my favorite because there are many favorite things that I have about this platform, but the exhibition for me is one of the top kind of value points. Because number one, it's, again, customizable. Number two, you can actually walk around and visit booths as you would in a real life space. So as you can see, you'll see those bright colored banners. Those are all spaces for where branding could potentially go. So you can sell to your exhibitors various options and various kind of layouts and branding. And so all of this is able to kind of roll out into the platform. Those banners, as you can see there's a burger hut in the corner that can be changed. That could be a waterfall. It could be a toilet. Wayne, when you get that toilet flushing, I'll be super impressed. Okay, so as you walk to a specific stand, you'll see that you can actually talk to people as you walk past them. So here comes, who was that? Who just ran past us? Too damn quick for me to see who it is. Okay, but as you walk close to people, you'll be able to talk to them, okay? If you walk up to a stand, you can potentially, just kind of see here if you can see it. No. Okay, you have to go to the other exhibition for me so that I can show that space. There we go, thanks. This is a whole different type of exhibition. So this is one we've done for IPM convention, which takes place in November. We've placed the same kind of stands into the environment just to show you how it looks. But as you can see, where all that branding is where you could have the exhibitor branding. As you're walking up to the booth, you might want to go to speak to a specific stand. You would then be asked, would you like to join the queue for the booth? The great thing about this is you're not sitting waiting for someone to talk to you. You can carry on your adventures, and you'll get a pop-up when they're ready to talk to you. And then you'll teleport straight into the booth instance.
And I guess this is one of the sort of key features of the platform. And again, Felix, maybe you can jump in as well. But for me, the strengths are, it's not just about moving the marketing. We've all done those conferences, we've gone to those events. The ability here is you've reduced all that travel time. Now you can specifically focus on who you want to go and see, get in the queues to see them, make sure you see them. But from an event organizer perspective, or from a booth organizer, now I can see who was in my booth, how long they were in my booth, and all of those extra features that I know Wayne can bring up in a minute. And again, Felix, I mean, maybe you can sort of, from your perspective, focus on. I think
it's very, these features obviously takes, virtual events to a whole new different world. We've obviously been working on this together for many months now, and the reason why I'm so quiet is because I'm still impressed, especially with a lot of these new things that even for me it's the first time to actually see, right? But I think what's most interesting is, whilst this platform, like probably many other virtual event platforms, allows the organizers to sort of have a quantitative return on investment as they organize an event, and the exhibitors obviously being able to see certain things. What it doesn't do is it doesn't take away the experience, the immersiveness of what an event should actually be. If you there are so many 2D based virtual event platforms out there today that has a 3D design, right? And then they call themselves a 3D event platform, and we all know that it's not. It's just that that there's really nothing to compare to. And I believe that with a tool like this, not only will it make the attendees or the delegates experience a lot more immersive and a lot more interesting, it would keep their attention longer in the event. So again, by keeping them longer in the event itself, it then brings a higher return on investment to either the exhibitors or the sponsors or the event organizer as well. So this is for sure certainly very game changing. And I just want to hear Tam continue sharing more about the features. It's amazing.
So the other cool thing about this is the gamification component. So the greatest thing about a face-to-face event is the human ego, right? The more people you meet, you get someone's business card, you kind of feel good about yourself, you carry on walking. So we try to replicate this in this environment. And so what happens is the more you achieve in the platform, the more you engage with the platform, the more points you get. So again, that stroking of the ego, that tapping into the psychology, we've done it here too. So talking to somebody, rate a speaker, go and speak to an exhibitor, download a brochure, all of those different things, interact with a sponsor, all of those will earn you points. And then you can see who's leading. So Wayne has trophies throughout, but that kind of makes sense.
As well. I think this feature is really, really good, especially for the Asian culture, because obviously being based in Singapore, I've attended hundreds, if not thousands of events. And sometimes, we just don't feel it, right? I mean, we're a lot more conservative than our Western friends and counterparts in general. Obviously not, trying to say that everyone's like this in Asia, but, there are a lot of times where, you go into a conference and then the speaker asks, do you have any questions? If it's a room full of Singaporeans, probably no one's going to raise their hands. I promise you, because, I'm Singaporean, I can speak for myself at least. Yeah. But with this gamification built in, again, what I see happening is there's going to be a lot more engagement. With that increase in the amount of engagement, then again, the organizer, the sponsors, the speakers themselves get more value out of participating in this event. So I think, again, this point system, as Kyle says in the comments, this point system is great. It's genius. It is.
Yeah, it's definitely a favorite. The other great thing is that you're able to kind of, I want to say, separate the men from the boys or the girls from the women. So you kind of know if someone's coming to your booth and they're really interested in your product, or whether they're just there for the free pen, or it's a competitor or whatever it is. So you kind of you know exactly what your return on investment is, as Felix said. So as you can see, Wayne is fiddling around with these buttons. These are great because, as an exhibitor, you can see how many people downloaded your brochure. As an organizer, I can go and see what the stats are. How many visitors did I have to that booth? What's the number of downloads? How much time did someone spend at the booth? And all of those other ratings. We've also got a rating at the booth. So we'll be able to, as an organizer, you'll know, okay, this particular stand was rated pretty poorly in terms of relevance for the event, or luck wasn't engaging or whatever. So as well, it helps to get your exhibitors to get their stuff together. So I mean, they're just gonna do better. Yeah.
From doing a lot of events in the past, is how do you rate the success? Well, how many business cards did you get, and then how many did you convert to conversations, and then onto contracts? The beauty is this is all exportable, so this data is there. How many people actually came to your booth? How long did they spend in your booth? That's all data that in the past you could only guess. Yeah, it felt busy on day one, it got quieter on day two, and that was the metric you used. And
because you've got these booth instances, so you don't actually go to the kind of main face booth that you saw when you're walking around. You go into a much larger booth behind that booth. I keep telling Wayne I'm calling it a back room, and he laughs at me because I'm not a developer, but I call it like the exhibition room behind the exhibition. Yeah. What's really cool about that is, I mean, look at all the branding you can have here. You can have a double-story stand. So your big, you can even have, little sessions that you're running in here at the specific sponsor stand. So when you're running sessions and you've got all these sessions running concurrently, you can run sessions at a sponsor's booth. So maybe a sponsor has a specific, keynote speaker that they want to host in their booth, and they want a small amount of people to be at their booth with them. You can do that too. So anything is possible. Yeah.
Right. So of course, this demo is it's for an exhibition, and what I see is an amazing use case for corporate events as well. So as obviously as you know, we've organized tons of corporate events, and we organize a lot of, say, corporate family days, right? Where you've got booths as well within these events, right? There are some booths where they've got children's workshops, adult singing workshops, I don't know, like live bands playing in different sections of an event. And the design just for this itself looks amazing, that I could just see it obviously being applied to a large event. So one of the last events that we organized before COVID hit was for 4,000 people for a family day fiesta. We could very, very easily organize a family day event for 4,000, 5,000 people, that in a platform that looks, well, in a design actually that looks like this, the environment that looks exactly like this, and then have different sections, different parts, different rooms, with different things happening. They could all be teleported to, let's say, the grand auditorium, right, where the CEO gives an opening speech thanking everybody for their contribution for the year, and then welcoming them obviously to the event, and then telling them that you're free to roam, you're free to go, as opposed to, again, a very typical virtual event that we would attend today. It's very single track. It's a glorified live stream. That's what most virtual events are. And I'm, again, not shy to be polarizing in saying that, because that's what it is, right? The way that this entire platform has been designed allows multiple things to happen simultaneously. It's sort of like a multi-track forever kind of event, right? And plus, the networking ability, again, one of the reasons why we organize corporate events is for the staff and their family members, for example, if it were a family day event, to socialize and talk to each other and know each other better. And this for sure allows that, right? I mean, you could log in, let's say, at home we've got 4 or 5 computers. We could all log in on one computer, and we could all have our own avatar, again, have our own design, hop in, meet the families of other colleagues, and literally just chat, right? And I believe we can also chat with, obviously, voice and webcam as well, I believe, or video, something like that. We can, yes?
Yeah. We can. We'll come back to that when we get to the office section.
Right, yeah. So I've let the cat out of the bag. But look, I mean, if we can do that, it'll be amazing, isn't it? It's really like a real event. And the best thing I like about this is, so I'm a super avid first-person shooter kind of gamer kind of guy, right? So this is amazing. This is, I mean, this is not an event. This is a game. This is a game with real life people who's come together for a very specific purpose, right? Either it's to attend a conference or to join a family day event or a virtual gala dinner if you have to organize it that way. It's, these are things that I see as we're moving through this show reel. It's just so relatable.
And you're right.
It's very cool.
We've sort of focused on events up until now. I think as the Wayne is moving through these environments, showing us now an auditorium and the sort of functions that the speaker has, the capability that you have, and then we'll move into the offices and remote work in the classrooms as well. We've only got about 10 minutes left, so we'll start to move through some of those areas. And I guess for me, you're absolutely right. It's the gamification. So whether you're doing education or work, you want that gamified environment, the benefit, but it needs to provide benefit. And as you said, this isn't Zoom. I go to a conference to see the exhibitions, but I also go to speak to the 10 or 15 guys that I know are going to be at that conference. And I think this platform allows that. You can go and sit in the auditorium and watch the full meeting, but if you equally want to speak to the CFO of the company down the street that you never get a chance to meet, then you can have that 10, 15 minutes with them. And I think we've really worked hard to make this a real world, virtual world environment.
And And you've like, so sitting in, this is the main auditorium, right? So this has been built at the moment for 800 people. But as you can see, I'm sitting here, I can see the 3 screens. When you're a speaker in front, you'll see a sea of avatars staring back at you. And as a speaker, you'll have your preview monitor. So in a real live event, you normally have your preview monitor in front of you to show you what's happening on your slides. Now you'll see it on your screen so that your avatar can still be engaging. You know, just because you're in a virtual event, you don't want your avatar to just stand still and kind of just talk to people. He needs to still be engaging. So, you know, it is all about the game. You can see the hands are being raised there. So yeah, there's a lot you can do here. I think what's really exciting for me specifically from our expertise is for the associations. From an association model, there's so much that you can do with this platform, from your membership value proposition that you're able to offer. So you can almost build a campus for your association, have your training in one area, have your events in one area, your conferences in one space. You can literally have, you know, 1 hour a week where your members are coming to engage with the CEO of the association. And you'll see that now when we go into the office environment. You'll be able to kind of walk up to an office environment, knock on the door and chat to someone. And this is really cool because associations are being pressed to show more value. The elusive membership value proposition from an association perspective, it's huge. So if you're able to provide a space for members to come together, network with each other, find the people they want to find, get their brands or their products in front of the right people, have everything in one space, and then be able to offer training and services in one place, that's really cool. It's taking things to a whole new level. Dave, I think you need to chat through the kind of remote work stuff.
Yeah, I think for us, this is where the product started, to be quite honest. The idea that we could have an entire group in the office virtually. You can have guys sitting in the office like I'm doing now, but with people at home working remotely, and the access to be able to just walk into their office and sit and talk. You don't need any special software within this. You can run your Google Drive or whatever you run. You've got access to the screen. In fact, Wayne can probably show us that while he's moving around. So you've got full access to your desktop, but you're sitting in an office. Someone can walk, knock on the door, ask to speak, sit down and talk to you and go through one of your presentations. And for me, it's fantastic as a boss, the ability to, if I phone someone, they don't necessarily answer the phone. Where are they? What are they doing? But I can now just walk in the office, ask if they've got 5 minutes, see if they're busy with someone. And then beyond that, engaging the customers and your suppliers and bringing them onto the platform and having them come and meet you in this virtual space. So I'm really excited for the remote work aspect and moving this product forward there.
I mean, COVID has presented really interesting. Oh, sorry, Felix. COVID has presented some really interesting things around remote work, especially around organizational culture. And so with this gamification component for remote work, you're still able to kind of build on those organizational cultures. You can still have your branding. You can still have, the high fives in the kind of by the water cooler. You can still have the gossip in the kitchen. So all of those things, still contribute to this amazing workspace. And I think that's what's really magical about the platform, is that you're still able to build on organizational cultures and make sure that your organizations continue to thrive.
And you're right. And again, Wayne's moved into the boardroom environment. With COVID comes special rules. The ability to have a vote for a board, you can do all that sort of stuff in the platform. Also, we talked about the analytics for events, and we haven't really sort of focused on it for remote work and education. But when are people more productive? How are they more productive? What jobs are they doing? All of these analytics can start to be run in the background now and really work out as a boss, as a company, where are people most effective and efficient? And I think, again, that's going to be a really powerful tool moving forward.
It's also like there is a very large movement towards bring your own device type of office culture, right? Where everything for a company is basically run on the cloud. There's no need for a laptop or anything. Everything is run in a browser. I think we probably failed to share that this whole platform is actually run on a browser and nothing else, no software installation, nothing, right? So imagine if, for the IT or the network system admins in offices who are so freaking out about the security and all that for this, it's purely web-based, there's nothing to install. any services that companies are already subscribed to, like Dave mentioned, Google or SharePoint or Microsoft or something, it can all just be run within the browser itself, and I'm sure we can, of course, embed it within the desktop or the laptop within Virtuworx itself as well. So that again increases the possibilities and a very many use cases. Again, it's from a remote work perspective. The way I see this platform is it just makes work a lot more interesting, as opposed to, again, everything being very 2D, two-dimensional, very spreadsheets and reports and all that. I know that's important, obviously, to all you bosses out there, Dave. but I think it's also important to make it enjoyable for their staff, for employees when they come online and they come and work, right? Imagine if every time they had to log on to a virtual office, it is logging into a 3D game on a browser. I mean, that's amazing.
Absolutely. So it's
about play, right? The more people play, the better they learn. So play for adults, finally, you'll be allowed to play in the office, which is great.
So we've got 4 minutes, and I want to get some of the questions done. I'm going to keep the feed up, and I'll let Wayne move around wherever he wishes to go, and we'll throw a few questions out. Can you link LinkedIn, etc., and collect exhibit or product information directly from each booth? I think we showed that, but absolutely you can. There is a social media connection. LinkedIn predominantly for the events and working, and downloading and uploading videos, YouTube, PDF. It's all essential. But not only can you do that, you can track how much it's done, when it's done, and how it's done. I think that is the important bit. We all take all those flyers with us to the exhibitions, and they disappear by the end. But who took them, and how useful were people that took them? And being able to know it was the CFO of a company or the marketing director of a company that's looked. I think, again, it's those analytics.
And you're not killing any trees either, so that's great.
I love that. Again, we haven't even touched on the carbon footprint reduction that this platform can create. Reducing the travel, whether it's for the events, the functions, the education, or remote work, actually staying at home, getting online, and getting as much as you would have done had you traveled, if not more.
Dave, one quick before we move on, this is a really important thing point to make. Going forward, as events start to resurface, we need to keep in mind that hybrid is the future, right? So the great thing about this platform is that you can stream out from a live event into this platform. So you can still continue to build those audiences. You don't have those existing boundaries, those geographies that exist to separate everyone. So what's great is you could literally have a digital twin of your event. When you have an exhibitor sign on, you can offer them a digital twin in the virtual environment, so that they're not just reaching the people at the event, they're also reaching people in the virtual environment. So those audiences continue to grow.
Absolutely. And I think Sebastian asks, will you be able to chat to people with webcam? Yeah, we didn't even have a chance to show probably half of the functions on the platform, which is a good point. The website is live. I'll bring that up so people can see it. The website is live. If you want a demonstration of this platform, if you're looking to find out more about it, please go through the website. There's the Contact Us page, and we'll get you onto the platform to see it all. There is a webcam, but I will be shocked if I talk about half the features that are in development. And Wayne is watching very closely, so I'm not allowed to give too much away. So with 2 minutes more, guys, I think I wanted to thank you both for joining. It's great to have you both as partners. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to using this product with you and seeing it grow. Again, one of the points for today is we are looking for more partners. We're looking for a global network. You'll find that on the website as well. So again, please get in touch if you're interested in looking at the product. Guys, over to you for your goodbyes.
Tim?
That's all from me. I did a lot of talking, so I think that's all you'll hear from me on this instance. This is the first time you'll ever hear me say that, and the last time you'll ever hear me say that.
Yeah, I think there's really a lot to talk about, but there's obviously too much to say, not enough time. But like Dave said, just go to the website, and for sure, either one of us would be very happy to show you the functions that has already been released, and we'll be happy to talk to you about functions that we can talk about as they are being released as well.
Absolutely, and I guess on our website, there is a link to both of your websites to get in touch with you as well if they don't want to come through the main website. So, guys, thank you very much. Everyone who's watching, thank you very much. And
bye, guys. Cheers, Felix.
All right, ciao.
Bye, Dave. Bye.